Ohio has a long history of coordinating services and systems for children and families. In the mid-'80s, counties were mandated to form interdepartmental cluster services for youth. Much of the focus was on children with very intense needs requiring out-of-home placements. Parents of youth with complex needs described feeling overwhelmed, outnumbered, discounted, even as they acknowledge that everyone involved is trying to help. In the early 90s, Family and Children First Councils were established to expand on the work of cluster services. Family and Children First Councils became the catalyst for building communities together to coordinate and streamline services for families and children. The Stark County Service Coordination Mechanism is rooted in historical context of a system of care, which has been evolving for over 20 years. It's based on the accomplishments of the youth serving systems in Stark County and relies significantly on procedures and patterns developed collaboratively over time. It builds upon the fundamental structures established in the county and strives to continually improve in those areas that remain challenging. The current model used here in Stark County is High Fidelity Wraparound. High Fidelity Wraparound is a service planning and coordination process that brings everyone to the same planning table. Families are full partners and considered to be the experts of their family. High Fidelity Wraparound is based on multiple systems coming together with the youth and family to participate in the creation of a highly individualized plan to address complex issues and needs. The High Fidelity process is a way to improve the lives of children with complex needs and their families. At the core of High Fidelity Wraparound is the premise that if children with problems have needs that go across systems, mental health, juvenile justice, schools, and child welfare, then working together will produce better outcomes. All Stark County wraparound providers use motivational interviewing and transition to independence process model to increase engagement. Stark County pools funds to support High Fidelity Wraparound, and most recently has contracted with a local mental health provider to implement the process using both Medicaid and local non-Medicaid funding. A primary vehicle to getting everyone on the same page, reducing duplication of resources and efforts, and removing barriers to effective and efficient service coordination is High Fidelity Wraparound.
There are 10 principles of the wraparound process: family voice and choice, team-based, natural supports such as grandparents, siblings, other relatives, members of faith-based community, neighbors, friends, coaches, collaboration, community-based, culturally competent, individualized, based on stage, not age, strength-based, persistent, outcome-based, such as the youth staying in the home or the youth or family getting linked to ongoing supportive services. There are 4 phases when a family gets involved in wraparound. Phase 1, engagement. During the engagement phase, the wraparound coordinator builds a relationship of mutual respect with the youth and family. The coordinator explains the wraparound process to the youth and family and starts exploring their strengths, needs, and culture in order to develop a discovery document reflective of these and their hopes and dreams. Also during engagement, the coordinator works with the family to identify natural supports and service providers they work with who could be possible wraparound team members. Additionally, the coordinator does crisis stabilization with the family if needed. Team preparation. As the engagement phase evolves, the wraparound coordinator reaches out to the identified natural supports and service providers to invite and prepare them for involvement in the family's wraparound team. This phase sets the tone for teamwork and team interactions that are consistent with the wraparound practices. The activities of this phase are completed relatively quickly. Once the discovery is completed and the team members identified and invited, the team is ready to start wraparound meetings. The newly developed wraparound team consists of people who know the child and family best and includes the family. The team must be no more than half professionals. Phase 2, initial plan development. The wraparound coordinator facilitates the building of team trust and mutual respect while creating an initial plan of care that reflects the family's strengths, needs, and vision for the future. The team develops a plan of care using a high-quality planning process that reflects the wraparound principles and incorporates a team mission which drives the wraparound process for the family. During this phase, the coordinator ensures the youth and their family feel that they are heard, that the needs chosen are the ones they want to work on, and that the options chosen have a reasonable chance of helping them meet their needs. Also during this initial planning phase, the wraparound coordinator guides the team in the creation of a crisis stabilization plan if one was not already created. Phase 3, implementation. The wraparound coordinator supports the team in implementing the initial wraparound plan. At each wraparound meeting, the team reviews the plan, notes progress, and celebrates accomplishments. The coordinator ensures the team meets regularly during this phase in order to make changes to the plan, monitor task completion, and maintain team cohesiveness and mutual respect. When team members note that many or most of the needs have been met and that the team mission is nearly achieved, they are ready for the next phase of wraparound. Phase 4, transition. In this final phase, the wraparound coordinator guides the team in preparing for a purposeful transition out of the formal wraparound process. Families leave wraparound with a mix of formal and natural supports in the community, including linkages to services and supports in the adult system, especially for transition-aged youth. The focus on the transition from wraparound is continual during the whole process, and the preparation for transition is apparent even during the initial engagement activities. The results and indicators of success in high-fidelity wraparound are meeting child and family needs, accomplishing team goals, following and meeting continuous quality improvement measures, and achieving ultimate outcomes established by policymakers, funders, and other stakeholders. With careful and thoughtful planning, high-fidelity wraparound can be an effective process for supporting and strengthening children and their families throughout Ohio.
For more information about the Stark County Family Council, visit www.starkfamilycouncil.org. For more information about Ohio Family and Children First, visit www.fcf.ohio.gov.